Welcome back to Capri's Social Network. So, in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about female prison baes. And to sum it all up, to clarify more, these are the types of females who happen to become incarcerated, to become in prison, and happen to go viral with the popularity and prevalence of social media due to their sexually appealing photos, due to how good looking and beautiful they usually seem to be. I mean, these are some of the most drop dead gorgeous women, ladies and gentlemen, yet and still, and who unfortunately happen to get incarcerated, some at very young ages in the late teens, early 20s, due to heinous crimes they have committed, and ranging from running brothels, also usually murdering people, becoming incarcerated on behalf of also drug charges, drug trafficking, also conspiracy and fraud charges. Yet and still, believe it or not, there are men. Once these viral photos of these females are usually released to everybody in the world, because with social media, pretty much everything is becoming, it has become exposed. Anyway, these women who usually get arrested and put in prison for committing some of the most heinous acts of crime, in the same breath, are using some of the most worshipped and you could also say idolized by men, which goes to show you, females, how on behalf of how I have made videos, black women in the past, of how so many of you like to worship, idolize, and chase after bad boys, after thugs, hoodlums. Not only is it you, black women, that go after some of the most toxic and dysfunctional groups of men on the planet, but it's also us men, us black men, that are just as guilty of doing so, who don't want the good girl, instead settle for some of the most down and bottom of the totem pole women in the world, some of the most evil women in the world, in some cases, that have committed some of the most heinous acts of evil and crime. To defend my statement, I'm going to show you some videos, all courtesy of TikTok, some short videos on behalf of how some of us men are going for the bad girls as well. And in some instances, so bad to the point where they have done prison time for committing some of the most heinous crimes, or are doing prison time for an extended period of years. Women that are being sent DMs, believe it or not, due to how they have a pretty face in spite of what they have been or may be in prison for, which also goes to show you the sick psychological nature that a lot of us black men suffer from as well. It's not just on behalf of a lot of you sisters, but us men as well, who go for some of the worst groups of women that won't make some of the best wives in most cases, due to their heinous acts of crimes that they may have served prison time for, still are currently serving prison time for. Women that don't always make the best mothers as well. And with that being said, there are men, believe it or not, that ended up putting so many hundreds of thousands of dollars on this former convicted felon by the name of Nyla Morel, who happened to raise over 250 grand for her prior to her getting released in prison. For the record, and that's lately, she got released from prison around a year or two ago, only to eventually get, and unfortunately, in a bad car accident, a tragic car accident, get paralyzed, and is now, as of lately, doing physical therapy, having to get physical therapy due to her not being able to walk anymore. So I just wanted to also give you the scoop on her, on the latest of what's going on, or the what on her, what's going on with her as well. Anyways, and let me stop talking because I already have said a mouthful.
Something right now. There's two things that I really
This is
hate in
her
the world,
list.
bro. I hate when beautiful women are in jail, and I hate when I see a beautiful woman that dies. But oh my god, bro. Do you understand that, like, if this was my shorty, bro, I would have probably married her. We was having conjugal visits. I'm busting her ass. I actually want to know who this is because I want to put money on her books. I want to make sure she's straight because when she come home, we gonna be good. Trust me. I need to know who this is because I don't care what she did. She's innocent. She could have killed her own mom for all I know. They need to get her out of there. She is so fine, and I want to be with her. I don't know her name. I don't know who she is. I don't need to know what she's about. She's so psycho, but she looks mad good. She could beat me to death just because she's angry, and I'ma still forgive her. I don't care. Fuck it. Not when you look like that. That's all natural right there. It don't get no better than that. Natural. Who's doing your hair in jail, by the way? I need to know. They got weave in jail? That's crazy.
Once again, folks, this just goes to show you some of the deep psychological problems some of us brothers have on behalf of how he was talking about this brother, this here brother, what he would do to this sister who is the same exact sister who I just mentioned that was arrested a few years back only for so many guys to donate money, so many hundreds of thousands of dollars to her. Even when she was in jail, they were DMing her due to her being a fairly attractive woman, only for her to have to end up getting out of jail, getting in a tragic car accident, and becoming paralyzed. By the way, once again, her name is Nyla Morel. And what she happened to get sentenced to prison for was stabbing another female at a gas station in the neck and murdering her after having an altercation with the female. And this also goes to show you how in some instances, not all the time, but in some instances, how some of the most beautiful women in the world are some of the most deeply mentally disturbed. I also wanted to throw that in as well.
Have you been locked up?
I caught this case 11 months after I got out of the juvenile facility.
Now, this is her going into detail about what led to her prison sentence prior to getting released from prison. Nyla Morel happens to be her name, the same female who went viral on behalf of her good looks as well a few years back.
Since it's like 6 to 9 months, and I did 7 months.
And what was you in juvie for?
That one was for firearm, drive-by, aiding in the bed and drive-by shooting, and theft, I think.
Hold on, wait, go back. You was in juvie for a drive-by shooting?
I just didn't tell. We was gonna put, that's it.
Am I supposed to believe this?
Yeah, I won't lie to a priest.
Because I got my holy water. I don't want to have to whoop you again.
Once again, there are TikTok clips of her recently from early this year, from around a month or so ago, having to take physical therapy because she gained so many followers on social media when she was in prison due to her beauty. Although she committed one of the most heinous crimes, Miss Nyla Morel. I just wanted you to know this is the same exact female who, as of lately, is having to perform physical therapy at a rehab due to her getting paralyzed. I'm assuming from the waist down and being in a tragic car accident after getting released from prison not that long ago, which is so sad on so many levels. And the same breath could be karma on behalf of the crime that she committed but prior to getting put in prison, getting incarcerated, when she stabbed another female at a gas station and murdered her. Anyways,
point where you done went over viral on the internet. How did that make you feel when you go to jail and come home and
now in this here clip, this is the feeling she got after going viral shortly after being sentenced to prison time. The same chick, Miss Nyla Morel. Listen.
you just this celebrity? Like, it hit different. You know you famous for going to jail? Let's start there.
I feel like I'm famous for being pretty in jail.
Okay, let's be real, because it's a lot of ugly motherfuckers in jail.
Yeah.
You was fine as hell in jail. That's what fucked our head up. How is she this fine? What did she do? Then the viral graduation picture was crazy. Let's start that. With you in the purple? Do I gotta go there? We seen you. We like, damn, she's smart.
No, that one, I wasn't locked up with that one.
Exactly my point.
Right. Graduated when I was 17. Go put that out there.
They say you graduated when you was 17, stabbed a motherfucker in the neck when you was 18. Where the fuck did you go wrong?
Because I decided to take a year off school.
It was the year off school.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to stab him, motherfucker. That's crazy to me. But would you say you crazy? Do you think you crazy?
I feel like, depending on who you is.
Prison babe, prison babe, prison babe. Break this shit down. You stabbed a girl in the neck. Like I say.
These group of female inmates are going viral for looking like baddies. But if I'm gonna keep it a buck, I'm trying to find out what did these girls do to end up in jail. Because I don't care how fine you look, I'm not finna get with no girl in jail.
That's a humorous clip that I want to throw in. That I also want to throw in.
These group of female inmates are going viral for looking like bad.
Let me remove that because I happened to download the same TikTok clip twice. My apologies.
These group of female inmates.
My apologies once again. Let me find another one for y'all.
What's good? It's your favorite St. Louis American, a.k.a. Brother Drink Juice, straight out the jug. This picture of these women locked up in prison, taking a group photo, then went viral in the mud. One of the first things I noticed was their eyebrows is nicely illustrated and arched. Now, who doing that in prison? I also seen people commenting and sharing it, going crazy, like y'all ain't never seen women outside of prison look beautiful. Reports say they done ushered in over $100,000 worth of money on their books collectively. That's just what they say though. Hey man, I've been noticing they've been trying to glorify prison a little bit too much online. Listen, if you're a young brother or sister and you find this in your eyes and your ears, don't go to jail for nothing, not even a traffic ticket. You ever been to St. Anne?
And that last clip, ladies and gentlemen, was a result of a viral clip of the females that you see, the same females that you see in the thumbnail of this video, who happen to go viral and get so many likes and comments by so many guys on behalf of them posting in a sexy jail photo. Although there's nothing good about being in jail or prison, but in this photo, they happen to glorify all the way being in prison. Don't get me wrong, none of them are bad looking, but not so good looking, to put it this way, to the extent where I would want to go to prison just because of how sexy they appeared in this photo. And it's no telling what nature of crimes these ladies may have committed, because some out of all of them may have happened to become incarcerated for murder, from being incarcerated for murder to drug trafficking to, I don't know, to who knows what else, what other kind of heinous crimes. Yet, and still, this is another example, this clip, of how some brothers don't want good women, the women that are into the Lord, the women that will make some of the most wholesome wives and mothers, the women that will be problem free. Instead, this goes to show you how some brothers would rather have some of the main women that are the most trouble, some of the most problematic, the main types of women who they have to watch over their shoulders while being with. The same types of women who they always are complaining about, and who some brothers, believe it or not, have happened to file restraining orders against due to their crazy and violent nature. But yet and still, these same brothers happen to have sex and mess around with these same types of females while having a restraining order put on females of this nature. The same females in this picture who appear fairly innocent. But once you were to start dating them, you will have regret, some of you brothers, about dating them due to their either their deep psychological issues that they may have. Because I guarantee you, every last one of them in this photo and in the thumbnail, the same picture, or the same video, happen to have serious mental issues. Happens to be some of the most evil women on this planet that a guy could get with. Yet and still, most guys would go head over heels, so to speak, to be with, just due to them being sexy. Anyways.
Only see men go viral for being attractive in prison, but now we got a female prison bag. Like, do they have hairstylists in prison? Like, she kept her eyebrows and hair nice. Now people are trying to send her money on Cash App. She got 7 years for stabbing a female at a gas station.
Once again, this is on behalf of the sister that was sentenced to so many years in prison due to her stabbing a female, the same one who I showed you did the interview earlier with the quote-unquote priest, who doesn't appear to be a real priest at all. Miss Nyla Morel, how this sister here, after posting this short TikTok clip, was saying how Miss Nyla Morel, what led to her becoming viral due to her basically having a pretty face. And this was during the exact time when she was sentenced and incarcerated to prison time. And you could tell that she has serious mental issues, not only on behalf of how she stabbed another female, Miss Nyla Morel, at a gas station, which led to her becoming incarcerated, but due to how she's all smiling in the prison pics as well. Anyways.
Louis female inmate pictures is going viral. Hey, look at me, my nigga. I know what you thinking. Don't do. She ended up in jail for a reason, my nigga. Yeah, I know she pretty, but my nigga, she's an inmate. Wow. Remember that. Talking about some free jazz. I know some of you niggas already done put some money on her books, man.
Oh, now y'all know this picture has gone viral. It's all over social media. These 4 young ladies who were convicted convicts posed for a picture, and good Lord, I just want to know, how can a brother get on the visitation list, okay? How can I put some money on their books? You did. Do they have conjugal visits? I got to know. Tell me what y'all think, fellas. Which one would y'all choose? Some of y'all be like, none of them. I don't want to be involved with no contact. Some of y'all like, well, hey, I'll take the red bone. I'll take the short one. Hey, this, I don't even know what to say. It's that town ain't over now.
So there should be one more clip on behalf of TikTok, and I'm going to share my screen. That I happen to say to my favorites. By the way, this video gonna be muted due to protection from copyright claims. Of another prison bait that went viral. She's not a fairly attractive female either. So I'm going to stop sharing that clip. And you guys make sure you like the video, you share it. You also subscribe to the channel. Last but not least, you comment and let me know what you guys think on this particular video and subject. Till next time, you guys have a